Did she humiliate me? No. She did something worse. She married me. How many of you are still bachelor? Good for you. How many of you are married? What were you thinking? Don't get me wrong. I never knew what real happiness was until I got married. But then it was too late. Man doesn't feel whole until he is married. Then he is finished. If it weren't for marriage, men would go through life thinking that they have no faults at all. One evening, I brought my best friend to home for dinner unannounced. My wife started screaming at me while he sat there and listened in. She said, "The house is a mess. The dishes are not done. I'm still in my pajamas and I can't be bothered to cook anything tonight. Why did you bring him home?" I said, "He's thinking of getting married and I promised him a demo." He hasn't married until now. Before marriage, couples are lovebirds. After marriage, they become angry birds. Love may be blind, but marriage is a real eye-opener. Once, a kid asked his father, "Dad, I heard that in some parts of Africa, man doesn't get to know his wife until he marries her." Father replied, "Son, that happens everywhere." Before marriage, man yearns for the woman he loves. After marriage, the why becomes silent. There is no romance without finance. Men and women have completely different interests. Men hate shopping. Women can live without water, but they cannot live without shopping. One weekend, I wanted to go to a Toastmasters convention. My wife wanted to go to a zoo. We went to the zoo. There was only one dog in the whole zoo. I told her, "It's a Shih Tzu." She didn't speak to me for 2 days. Until now, she doesn't believe me when I say that Shih Tzu is the breed of the dog in the zoo. Sometimes conflict starts because of the misunderstandings. One evening, my wife overheard someone saying "shoya" in Arabic. She asked me, "What does shoya mean?" I answered, "Wait a little bit." No, tell me now, what does shoya mean?" It took her a while to understand that the word shoya meant wait a little bit. My wife keeps reminding me, "Never laugh at your wife's choices. You are one of them." You can never win an argument with your wife. Never. She always has the last word in an argument. Whatever you say after that is the beginning of a new argument. I once asked my wife, "I hear that you've been telling everyone that I'm an idiot." Guess what she replied? "Sorry, I didn't know it was a secret." One evening she asked me, "Do you want dinner?" I said, "Sure, what are the choices?" She said, "Yes and no." Women are micromanagers. After 12 years in a prison, a man finally succeeded in breaking out. When he reached his home, exhausted and filthy, his wife asked him, Where have you been? You escaped 8 hours ago. Once I was late from work and my wife had locked the door from inside. And she was not planning on opening it anytime soon. So I said, I have a surprise gift for a beautiful girl. She immediately opened the door and said, where is the gift? I said, where is the beautiful girl? She shut the door in my face again. Does your wife ever ask you, does this dress make me look fat? What you actually want to say is, no honey, your fat makes you look fat. But since you don't want to die young, you say, no honey, you look just perfect. My complaint is, women turn us into liars. Not only do they turn us into liars, they also turn us into cowards. And don't think we are stupid that we become cowards. We are smart enough to know that an angry woman is a dangerous woman. A police officer jumps into his squad car and calls the station. He says, I have an interesting case here. A woman shot her husband for stepping on the floor she just mopped. Did you arrest her? Asked the sergeant. No, not yet. The floor is still wet. How many of you are familiar with Dhahran classifieds? A man posted an ad on Dhahran classifieds. Wife needed. By next day, he received dozens of messages. All of them said the same thing. You can have mine. As the famous saying goes, marriage involves 3 rings. Engagement ring, wedding ring, and suffering. I'm not the type of guy who just complains and does not offer any solution. My wife and I have a secret to a lasting marriage. Do you want to know the secret? Yes. Twice a week, we go to a nice restaurant, have some good food, and listen to live music. She goes Tuesdays, I go Fridays. To conclude, we can all agree that marriage is a matter of give and take. The husband gives and the wife takes. I will leave you with one last question. If a woman is quiet, which day is it? Who cares? Just enjoy the day. That's it.